Now I'm going to go over ITA kickoff weekend for Division One women's tennis, and it's based on region by region. I will do that with updated rankings and we'll receive votes as well. And it will be played January 26th to 29th. But here's the catch: it's only 2 matches. It's like winner of the the winners play the winners and the losers play the losers. So somebody's going to go 1-2, somebody's going to go 1-1, and somebody's going to go 2-0, or teams will go 1-1. So just say that right off the jump. And some of these schools don't have indoor facilities, so just an FYI. So they gotta hope for good weather. And Washington is not playing a kickoff weekend because they are hosting National Indoors this year. So I'm just making that clear. Now, first is the North Carolina. They're #1 in the country. They have Charlotte. First they play Oregon. They should win that match. And then there's Charlotte and Kentucky. All those 3 teams are not ranked or receiving votes. So I would say they're not in danger at all. Now, Georgia is #4 in the country. They got beat pretty bad by North Carolina. But first they play USF, but they're not ranked or receiving votes. Then they either play like South Carolina, who is receiving votes, and Arizona's not ranked or receiving votes, but I would think Georgia would be fine, but you cannot sleep on that second match. Now, Texas A&M is #9 in the country, and maybe if Texas A&M has a weather problem, and there's weather issues, they move it down to Baylor, where they have an indoor facility. I know A&M's trying to get an indoor facility as we speak, and we all know the indoor facilities take money to build, so I'm just telling you. First of all, they play Northwestern. They're not ranked or receiving votes as of right now. But TCU and Rice are not ranked or receiving votes. So I wouldn't think Texas A&M would have trouble. But then again, they lost to San Diego. So I'm just telling you now, NC State is I apologize for looking down so much. It's just I cannot memorize all this. Okay? NC State is #7 in the country. And they first play Alabama. They're not ranked or receiving votes right now. Iowa, then they play either Iowa or Clemson, and neither are ranked or receiving votes right now. So they should be fine, but we'll see. See on them. So now Stanford is currently #2 in the country. And they have an easy region. First of all, they got Colorado. They're not ranked or receiving votes. Then they got then it's either Maryland that's ranked or not ranked or receiving votes, and same thing goes for UNLV as well. So Stanford should be fine. Now Michigan is currently #5 in the country, and they first play Utah that's not ranked or receiving votes, and it's either Arkansas or Purdue, which neither are ranked or receiving votes right now. So they should be fine, I would think. And I know they had a rough weekend, but they lost to Oklahoma State 4-2. So it's not really a bad loss. Now Texas is a little bit interesting. They're #10 in the country. They first play ranked or receiving votes Baylor team, which I know they got crushed by Florida 6-1. But Florida is better than Texas. Then they either play Florida State or SMU. Both of those are receiving vote teams. And Texas lost to UCLA 5-2. But I will preface this by saying they had illness. Supposedly they had illness, which I heard on the Crack Rackets women's college tennis update on what happened to Texas when they talked about Texas and UCLA match, by the way. And they were lucky to not to play that USC match on the road because of the rain. It's because 2 of their players, they didn't have enough bodies to play singles. Yes, they played 6 in doubles. It's just 2 of them were not feeling good enough to play singles. So once UCLA took the doubles point from Texas, and Texas was automatically down 3-0 because if they forfeit those 2 matches, so then all UCLA has to do is just get 1 more and they win. So, and granted, one of those points for Texas was a retirement match. I do not know what to expect from Texas. Whether or not they're going to have enough players to play, healthy players to play 6 singles. Because if they don't and they lose doubles, they're going to be at least down 2-0. At least. So, and you should not sleep on SMU, by the way. Nobody should. They beat Vanderbilt. I'm just telling the truth. Now, Iowa State is the next region. What's funny is they're not even ranked or receiving votes. They lost a head coach. They lost nearly every player except 1 from last year. So they're total rebuild mode. And they got Old Dominion first. And Old Dominion's not ranked or receiving votes either. And it's really a crime that UCLA, that is currently ranked number 12 in the country, has to play number 5, number 3, actually, Oklahoma State. It's a crime that one of those 2 teams will not make an ITA kickoff weekend. Not that weekend, but the National Indoor Tournament. It's really a crime. And I really do believe whoever wins that match wins the whole region. I really believe it. I'm sorry, I just don't. I wouldn't think Iowa State would, or Old Dominion would, but Old Dominion, they were slept on a few years ago, and they made, or last year or the year before, and they made National Indoors by surprise. So I'm just telling the truth. I really don't see that happening. And whoever loses that UCLA and Oklahoma State match is probably going to beat the loser of the 2. I'm just telling the truth. I'm sorry. Now, Pepperdine is currently number 6 in the country, and they have San Diego State. They're not ranked and receiving votes, and LSU is not ranked and receiving votes, and Loyola Marymount, aka LMU, they're not ranked and receiving votes. So Pepperdine should not have any issues whatsoever. Now, Ohio State is ranked number 13 in the country. Their first match is against Notre Dame, but they're not ranked or receiving votes right now. They either play Kansas, that's not ranked or receiving votes, or Arizona State, that is receiving votes right now. So maybe that's a little bit interesting, but I don't know. They went on the road to beat Oklahoma. Now, Duke is the next team, and they're kind of in an interesting region here. First of all, they're ranked number 15 in the country. They first play Princeton, that's not ranked or receiving votes. Then they either play Auburn, which is ranked actually 1 spot higher than Duke, at number 14 in the country. Though they could be higher. They could be. And it's either that or Denver, which Denver's not ranked or receiving votes either. That's just a little bit. It's going to be interesting if Auburn plays Duke. And we'll have to wait and see. And I consider that interesting. We'll see what happens on that. I think it's one of those 2 teams. Now, Virginia is currently ranked number 11 in the country. And first, they get to play Texas Tech, but that's not ranked or receiving votes. Then it's like Georgia Tech or Wisconsin, which both of those, Georgia Tech is receiving votes, while Wisconsin is number 24 in the country. So that's a little bit interesting if they get to play a top 25 showdown or a receiving votes team. So you cannot take them lightly, Virginia. Now, Oklahoma is ranked number 16 in the country. And they lost 2 brutal 4-3 matches. Brutal. To Michigan and Ohio State. First of all, their first match is actually against a ranked opponent in UCF. They're ranked number 23 in the country. So that's not an easy match to start with at all. Then there's Cal and Illinois. Both of those are actually Cal's number 19 in the country. But Illinois is not ranked or receiving votes. So that's an interesting region for potential upset because, look, Cal is good. UCF is good. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. But I'm just telling you. Now, Tennessee is currently ranked number 17 in the country. And they get to host. First of all, they play Vanderbilt. That's number 25 in the country. So that's not going to be an easy match right off the jump. Necessarily an easy match. Then there's Miami, Florida, and USC, which both of those are ranked. And Miami, Florida is ranked number 21, and USC is ranked number 18. So that's not going to be a gimme region right there for Tennessee. So that's potential upset watch. Now Florida is ranked number 8 in the country. They first play Florida International University as an FAU. They're not ranked or receiving votes. Then they either play Wake Forest or San Diego, which Wake Forest is not ranked or receiving votes, but San Diego is ranked number 20. It could be a little bit interesting if Florida gets to play San Diego. We'll have to wait and see what happens in all this. And I will update on the score line in terms dual match score 4-0, 4-1, 4-2, 4-3. And it will not be played out, by the way. Once it's finished for the match. And I will update that after the ITA kickoff weekend is done. So anyways, if you like this content, hit like and subscribe. And see you guys later on the road to 600 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 or more. So I make money out there. Of course, liking the video, comment the video really helps the YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. Sharing the video does help as well so more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribed, hit subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well.